Hey everyone, happy Monday to you. It's Lance Morgan. Hope you all had a great weekend. So this weekend I learned the hard way that you should never do a Facebook Live video with a just barely turned 3-year-old. So I did some video. I was going out to feed the chickens and thought I'd do a quick video with Andrew, my youngest son, and he's the youngest of 5 kids. And we thought, hey, let's do a Facebook video. And he said, okay. And little did I know he wasn't going to stick to the script very well. So you probably didn't get anything out of that video. So I wanted to do another quick video today to talk a little bit about opportunity cost. Now, I know that I used the analogy on Saturday when I was feeding the chickens that we bought all these chickens because we were moving on to this 6-acre lot, and we're going to have this huge garden and all these chickens, and we were really excited. So we got all these chickens, and they're currently at my cousin's house. He's going to end up with half of them, and we're going to end up with the other half. But right now we have like 35 chickens cranking out like 30 eggs a day. And my point is that if you think about these chickens cranking out these eggs every day, this is the same thing as your money earning interest. It's another form of compound interest, I guess you could say. So these chickens are an asset, and this asset is producing all of these eggs every day. And so the first rule of paying for college is understanding opportunity cost. One of the biggest mistakes that everybody makes when they're paying for college is they interrupt their money. And if you think about it, we've all been programmed to put money into a 529 plan that we save for college and then we spend it. Well, what if that money was earning a certain rate of return, and now that you spend it, you have what we call opportunity cost. So if I share my screen here just to illustrate this, since I also remembered that when you use your phone, the numbers are backwards, so you probably can understand what I was showing the other day there. But let's take a look here at what I am referring to. So we all know that compound interest works best over time, and more importantly, uninterrupted compound interest. The problem is that most people never actually get to see something like this happen with their money. So if you think about it, what we most often do is interrupt that compound interest. Now, everyone knows about fees. Everyone knows about the bad interest if you're borrowing money for college loans or something like that, or penalties. These are all negative things when it comes to your money. So a lot of times people are saying, oh, I want to save for college, or I want to pay cash for college, and they definitely don't want to take out loans. Everybody's worried about loans because of all the cost associated with paying back those loans over time. But the question is have you ever calculated the cost of paying cash? So if you pay cash for college, yes, you don't have interest on loans, but have you ever calculated what we call that lost opportunity cost? Have you ever ran the numbers to see, by spending your money on college, whether it's 529 money, whether it's your brokerage account money, whether it's just savings, or whether it is cash flow that you're paying as you go, in any of those scenarios, have you ever actually calculated what that cost is? We know what the fees are for things. We know what the interest is if we're having to pay interest on loans and penalties and things like that. And so you might think, oh man, if I borrow $100,000 for a college education, by the time I pay back all those college loans, I might be paying $120,000 or $125,000 for college. Well, that's true, but have you ever ran the numbers to calculate what happens if you pay cash for college? What could that cash have earned you over the next 10 years? And what is that lost opportunity cost? So rule number 1 when it comes to paying for college is to understand what your lost opportunity cost is, and is that greater than what you could pay to borrow somebody else's money? What if your money could earn 7%, for example, and you could borrow somebody else's money at 5%, as an example? That could mean that you have a net gain of 2% on the money that you're going to pay for college. So think about that for a minute as you think about how you're going to pay for college, whether you're going to borrow, whether you're going to pay cash, whether you're currently saving, and whether you plan on paying, using that money, that savings, whether you plan on using savings to pay for college. Think for a minute about what the lost opportunity cost is. Now, if you want more information on this, I have a whole 2-hour webinar where I go into this in a ton of detail. I show you exactly where to get an average return of 7%. I show you where you can borrow money at 5%. I show you how you can borrow money at 5% that you don't have to pay back, or that doesn't have like an associate, you have to pay it back eventually, but not necessarily until you die or down the road. Could be 30, 40 years from now. But if your money is growing at an average of 7 and you're borrowing money at 5 as an example, then you're going to basically be earning money on the money that you're going to be paying for college. But I wrote a book called The Retirement Scholarship Strategy. It goes into this in a lot of detail. But in my webinar, I cover all the details in about 2 hours. So register for my webinar at lancewebinar.com. So once again, register for the webinar at lancewebinar.com. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. If you like these videos, click the like button, share them with your friends, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.